pretty sure she'll get nerfed, but not effect-wise. You guys got clickbaited, I'm sorry. But she will definitely get nerfed in terms of artwork. I'm pretty sure this is like not for children. I don't know. Like I don't know how this passed through like the checking thing in side games where they say, okay, you know what, we're gonna nerf artwork. We're not gonna be a horny game anymore, and this passes through. Big yikes! You know, I'm a fan of good art, but one thing I want to say is that if you want to like nerf artwork, at least be consistent about it. But yeah, okay, so talking about the actual card. And so before I start off with this video, I just want to say that besides ISIS, we are also reviewing or reacting to these two cards as well. These two new beautiful gold cards, alright? That's the thing, putting out there. So back to the ISIS video. Effect ISIS. This is basically one of the Egyptian gods, if you guys don't know lore time. But yeah, so what does ISIS do? ISIS is accelerate 3, reanimate 3. If you have more evil point, reanimate 5. Huh. So like the accelerate 3, I mean, it's basically 3 mana to play out any 3 mana you want. I can see this working in the aggro deck where you keep reanimating the 3/3 that deals 2 damage. That card, it's pretty good if you can keep spamming it. That's one thing I can see. Another thing is that the reanimate 5 is pretty weird, because like right now you don't really have good targets. Like the notable 5 PP cards are like Liver, but Liver is not even like a good reanimate target. I mean, I guess it's like 3 mana summon a 4/4 that draws 2. That's fine, but like as Shadow, right, you want to like use your play point efficiently to make usually a whiteboard or like a win con kind of thing. So I can't really think of like insane combo with this. I guess it does combo with the petitions, where you can basically reanimate and then necromancy 4 and then give the thing storm. That's pretty sick. Like you can, with the petition, right, instead of a double fatal order, you can also do like 1 ISIS 1 fatal. You can't play double ISIS due to the fact that it needs to be accelerated. The accelerate effect's not that bad, I would say. It's not super broken, but it's pretty decent, pretty good. They are like initial thoughts I can like put in, because like the first thing I see is that you can reanimate stuff in the early game, like for 3 PP. That's pretty decent enough. And then we come to an actual effect as a 6 PP play point card. Choose board, okay, fine. Fanfare, give all other follower -1/4. Wow. Involve, give all other ally +1/4. So right off the bat, she is very I don't know, it is the first time I see a card where it literally give a minus stat line to your own board. Like it could be a benefit, actual minus. Okay, in terms of like an actual minus, it's very obvious that you destroy your own board. So like ISIS is definitely not gonna be like, oh, I play big boys with my reanimate cards. I had level at turn 5. My board is really stabilized with Farron. You play ISIS and kill your Farron board. No. That's not how we. This is not how you do ISIS. No. That's not how you do it. But instead, think of it this way. If let's say you are playing the Turbo Grammary deck, right? Your opponent bot lock you. It's like, oh, you just evolve Jack Shovel. Okay, fine. I'm gonna pass turn and bot lock you. You play ISIS so that you can unlock the board, so that you can actually kill your stuff to have more shadow to generate your grab and return, that kind of stuff, etc. But like the problem with her is that she's using 6 play point right off the bat, just like that. So pretty yikes. She's a weird card, I would say. I don't know how to feel about her. Another thing about her is that she's literally this is a positive now. So 4 minus means you can potentially kill off anything with 4 defense or less. So as you guys know, if the defense of a card reaches 0, the card gets destroyed. So ISIS basically says, alright, I'm gonna come down and deal AoE for this. Basically like her premise a little bit. So yeah, and then her other effect, evolve, give all allied +1/4. So the issue here is that the contradiction is that she's really destroying your entire board because she -4 defense. Now she's giving back the stat line. So there's 2 scenarios. One is your board somehow survives. I don't know how it magically survives with a -4, and then you can evolve her to give back the stat line. So hooray, I guess. Another thing is that she can be reanimated, and then if you evolve her, and then you can have a huge stat line boost. That's pretty good. Like 4 defense is huge, very very huge. I think 4 defense is like one of the better defense stat lines boosts we have in the game throughout the year. So yeah, initial thoughts about Isis, I guess about I think she's 4 out of 5. Like at the very least, I can't give her more than that, or I can't give her less than that, because to be honest, right, the versatility of the card is pretty interesting. Like being able to reanimate 3 is really pretty good, where you can constantly confirm that you're getting this particular card in the aggro deck. It's pretty decent already. And then the fanfare is basically a board wipe. Turn 6 -4 is actually pretty decent. For certain decks, it's not bad. Like if you're aiming to like survive for turn 7, that kind of stuff, right? Isis is pretty good. But the only problem I have is that Isis is literally one turn card swing. So literally when you play her, you have literally nothing else to follow up with. Then her evolve effect is also very strong if she doesn't kill your board. So like 1 plus 1/4 is insane stat line. Like it's literally like, if you guys come into value, right, it's literally 3 plus 5 stat lines. That's like separated stat line. So it's like not that bad, right? It's alright. Conclusions, I don't know. I think she might work in the aggro deck. She might be her own deck. She might even help out Nestix. I don't know. She is odd, but she's definitely strong. Like individually, I rate her 4 or 5. But like if you ask me for synergy of a deck, not really at the moment. I can't think of anything that any deck or any idea that really wants her, except like control, that kind of thing. Then we also got connected engineer. So this is a portalcraft. Accelerate 3, summon a bullet bike, and then you put a puppet in your hand. Very straightforward. Fanfare. Recover 7 play point. Wow. So he's basically saying that on turn 8 you can play him for 1 PP. That's basically what he's trying to say. Wow. I mean, this card is really good in combination with the ice I can't pronounce it. Ice Dude, alright? Ice Dude. With Ice Dude, you can probably just prop him and still have 7 PP to play with, which is very strong in my opinion. So like that alone is like pretty solid already. Other than that, not much to comment about it besides accelerate 3 and then you summon a bullet bite, you can put a puppet in your hand. It's like essentially saying 3 PP, I can deal 3 damage to someone with trading. That's basically his premise. You're gonna summon the puppet, give puppet +2 attack, trade it in, that's it. It's like a really good mix of like early game remover or a super powerful late game card. I think he's like actually a 5 out of 5 because like I don't see any downside of him. He really have like a initial intention where he's gonna be comboed with Ice Dude. He has the problem solving of if I draw him early, I can use him as a remover. So in all, like he is actually not that bad. We got to this card lastly. Contract inscription. If this is the correct translation, alright. This is obviously not official, so the name might change. But in fact, I trust people that translate, alright. I put in my trust. So if the video turns out to be wrong, I will just blame the translators. But yeah. So basically his effect is that fanfare, if you have more evolution point, you recover 2. So essentially like the Sentry Haven. And then he is basically Blood Moon, but instead of just giving you Vengeance, he gives you literally Avarice and Wrath as well. Going second and just go ham with this card. Or even going first, right? Play him out for 4 is already pretty decent. And then you basically have 2 turns because I don't believe that the moment you play this card, you can have the opportunity to capitalize on Vengeance, Avarice or Wrath. Maybe you do, but like chances are you're not going to do that. Initially, he's actually really a strong card, like on paper. The only problem I have is that with the 2 turns, can you capitalize on Vengeance, Avarice and Wrath? I guess in terms of Vengeance, you have like the Crab Devil, but that card is also RNG itself. I don't even think you need it because you're not technically in Vengeance, so I would assume your health is pretty healthy. You also have like Guardian of Walls is pretty much a good, a huge playoff with this. You will be able to get both effects. Then you have Wicked Pack. You have Wicked Pack, which basically allows you to destroy it without any of the huge penalty. You also have Burning Constriction that deals phase now. You have Dark General, question mark, I guess. Like, those things are pretty decent, but like, is it good enough for 2 turns? I think the average condition is okay. I mean, you can place on turn 5, and then you can guarantee yourself Naria on 6. But who even plays Naria on 6 anymore? The fact that Neria got power creep is also beyond my imagination. But average wise, I think it's like the least beneficial because average is pretty easy to trigger, right? You just basically play the last word girl and then you trigger it next turn, those kind of things, and then you have like the gold card that draws you card. Like average is pretty okay, but the other thing about average also is that none of the average effects are that crazy compared to Vengeance and Wrath. For Wrath, I don't really think it's valuable because the fact that you really have like Wrath effects, being able to trigger on turn 5 and 6 naturally, and also being able to heal off the damage you self-damage initially with all these strong heal cards that people have been getting. But I do understand that if you place early, right, in the Wrath deck, you'll be able to trigger the Wrath effects as well. So we're talking about the Scrappy Wolf is also being able to trigger this nightmare of a gold card that's able to get a free evolve. So yeah, it's pretty good. Oh yeah, you also have the one PP dude that's able to trigger. Now I think about it, this card triggering Wrath is not that bad. Okay, I'm gonna give it like a 4 or 5 for the Wrath effects. Like if it's able to trigger Wrath early, that's pretty good. But like if you lose the Wrath condition later on in the late game, this card is essentially trash. I'm sorry, but yeah, not that bad actually speaking. I do hope that this card is gonna bring blood to a higher tier, but I don't know. It really depends on the meta allowing it. That's it for today. I know I upload like crazy these few hours because I really want to try just capture my genuine reaction towards these new cards and also give my actual thoughts about it so that you guys can laugh at me. I mean, come on, you guys are all sad and depressed. You guys need something to laugh at. But yeah, like, subscribe, comment, that kind of thing. I still can't actually have like a enthusiastic way of saying it. So for now, this is gonna be like my casual outro. Goodbye.